What does it really take to become a champion? Is it hard work, talent, or maybe a lot of sit ups? Hello, everyone, and welcome to VISCERA, Visual and Interdisciplinary Study of Core Exercise and Research Analysis. I'm Audrey Nathaniel, a student from St. Ursula High School, and also your lovely host for today's podcast episode. On today's episode, Road to Championship will break down an athlete's journey from every angle. So, sit back, stay active, and let's begin our journey on the road to championship right here on VISCERA. Woo! Of course, I won't be alone today. I'm with these amazing people. Now, this episode is called Road to Championship. And obviously, I'm not the champion here. So, Audrey, who is the champion for today? Please give a warm welcome to our school athlete and champion, Lexa!
Hi, my name is Lexa Prilibudiman and you guys can call me Lexa. I'm a debut athlete from St. Ursula High School. I usually play as a guard on the team. Basketball has been a big part of my daily life, especially during the competition season.
Okay, nice. Now, to help us convert the training Lexa did into meaningful data, please welcome our sports analyst.
Hi, my name is Rosemary Kyla and you can call me Kyla. I'm a sports analyst and today I'll be explaining to you how to measure athletic performance and track improvement over time using statistics.
Okay, nice. I'm looking forward to it. Now, we know that exercise does not only affect the muscles, but the entire body. To help us explain what happens inside the body, please welcome our sport physician, Miss Naomi.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Audrey. Hello, everyone. I'm Naomi Kaisa Bernice, but you guys can call me Naomi. I'm a sport physician from UCC, short for Ursula Clinic Center. I'm one of the best there, so if you have any trouble, you guys know where to find me.
Okay, you guys can find Naomi on UCC. Don't forget to visit her. Okay, now, digestion and exercise work closely together. To complete our discussion, please welcome our nutritionist, Miss Yaya.
Hi viewers, I'm Eugenia Yayang Pandistia, but you can just call me Yayang. I'm here today as a nutritionist specializing in digestive health, and I'm going to share how exercise is important for good digestive health.
Okay, yay! Lastly, if you look around us, our podcast set for today, it's beautiful, isn't it? So, to tell us the story, meaning behind this podcast set, please welcome VISCERA's set director, Feli.
Hello everyone, I'm Felicitas Kesha and you can call me Feli. I'm the set director in charge of design of VISCERA setup. I work to make sure that the environment someone is in adequately contributes to motivating them to reach their goals.
Yay! Thank you! Okay, so that's our amazing lineup for today. Without further ado, let's us dive into our road to championship right here on VISCERA. Okay, Lexa, I heard you just won the DBL championship for the North Jakarta region. Congratulations!
Thank you.
I've watched your performance and your game there was absolutely outstanding. So let's start from the beginning. Before the championship, what did your training routine look like?
Okay, before the championship, my training routine was very intense and consistent. I trained almost every day, and each session focused on physical endurance and game performance. I usually start with running and skipping. Running helped improve my stamina and my endurance, so I could stay strong through the entire game. Skipping trained my agility, footwork, and coordination, which are very important in basketball, especially when moving quickly or changing direction. After cardio, I focus on core exercise, especially sit-ups and back-ups. This exercise helps strengthen my abdominal muscles and my lower back. A strong core is very important because it supports every movement in basketball from running to shooting.
Okay, that sounds a lot. I can't imagine myself doing that. So, during those intense training days, which exercise gives you the hardest time and how did you stay motivated even though your body feels exhausted?
Okay, the most challenging exercise for me was definitely core training, especially when sit-ups and back-ups after running and skipping. When your body is already tired, your stomachs and your stomachs and your core muscle are feel very tight, and it can be very uncomfortable. However, I stay motivated by reminding myself of my goal to winning the championship. Sit-up strengthen my abdominal muscle, while back-up strengthen my lower backs. Together, this exercise helped me maintain my better balance, control my movement, and and stay stay steady when shooting and supports my performance. It helped me spin, suddenly jump, and change direction without losing balance. It also reduced the risk of injury and helped me stay consistent.
Wow, that's really, really inspiring, Alexa. Your experience shows that exercise like sit up, back ups, running, and skipping help us build our strength, stamina, and control on the court. Now, when we hear stories like Lexa's, a question often comes up. How do we measure all those training into meaningful data? Now, let's ask this question to our sport analyst, Miss Kyla.
Okay, so from a sports analyst
Yeah.
perspectives, improvement shouldn't rely on feelings alone. Progress should be measured using statistics so the performance is objectives. And athletes usually train in groups, right? Not individually. So, for example, we measured how many times students at St. Ursula Senior High School could skip in 1 minute. Because they trained together, we could collect the data from the whole group.
Okay, I got it. So, how do we break those data down using math?
Okay, so first we calculate the mean or the average. So for example, on day one, the mean is 63 skips per minute. And on the next day, they also gotta do the same exercise again. If the mean increases, it shows overall improvement in performances. But if it decreases, it may indicate a drop in performance. That's why the mean helps us to see how the group is performing as a whole. However, the average can be affected by extreme results. That's why we also use the median. When the skipping scores were arranged from the lowest to highest, the median score is 94.88. This showed the typical performance of the group without being influenced by the students who perform extremely well or poorly.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So the median shows the middle data without being affected by extreme result. I think that sounds more reliable, is it not?
Yes. Next, we also look at the mode, which is the value that appears most often. In our data, the mode score is 100, meaning the scores occurred most frequently among the students. But to really understand improvement, we also need to look at how the data spreads. This data represents individual students' performance on one day. By analyzing mean deviation, standard deviation, and variance, we can see how consistent or varied the performance are. Comparing these individuals' data with data from another day helps us to determine whether performance has improved or declined over time.
Okay, I understand now. So, with all those calculations in mind, what is the final takeaway from Matt's point of view?
So, from a maths point of view, our task is not just calculate, but also analyzing and make conclusions. We can conclude that the training program is effective or not, and the athletes are improving both individually and as a teams from analyzing the data. That's why statistics helps us to turn physical turning into measurable performances, and that's why math plays an important role in sports.
Okay, thank you, Miss Kyla. That was very, very insightful. So, from what you've explained, we now learned that statistics help us turn training results into clear and meaningful data. Now, numbers aren't the only thing that changes during exercise. Our body also changes. So now, Miss Naomi, can you explain to us what actually happens inside our body when we do exercises?
That's a very excellent question, Audrey. Now, when a person exercises, their body is making us doing extra work. So, to compensate and keep up with what they're doing, their heart beats faster along with their lungs, making sure that you have enough oxygen running through your body while doing the activities you're doing. With exercise, you're also making your muscles do a lot of work, contracting them and training them, which can eventually lead you to feel fatigue. However, it might help your muscles to train it and to have more endurance and strength.
Oh, okay, that's really insightful, Miss Naomi. So when you do exercise, your body do more work, and from that extra work, your body trains to be stronger?
Yes, although you need to make sure you don't overexert your body too much while exercising. If your body can't keep up with the amount of energy it's losing, it will have a negative effect rather than the positives. So it's important to not force it past its limits.
Oh, okay. So exercise does not only affect muscles and the heart, but also increase the body's demand for nutrition and energy. To meet that demand, the body needs another important system which often goes unnoticed, which is the digestive system. So now, Miss Naomi, how do exercises like sit-up help support digestion and energy needed in athletes like Lexa?
Well, sit-up specifically uses the training the abdominal muscles. So if Lexa were here to do a sit-up, she would cause her abdominal muscles to contract and relax repeatedly. And this motion does help speed up the digestion process.
Oh, does it? How do you speed up the digestion process using abdominal muscles?
So yeah, during the digestion process, food is processed in the stomach, and sit-ups help simulate the muscles involved, allowing food and waste to move faster through the organs, while training the muscles to become more efficient if done regularly, of course. In addition, sit-ups improve blood circulation, um, increasing oxygen flow to the digestive organs. This is supported by an article that I read in the World Journal of Gastroenterology from 2025, which compiled about 231 different studies on the benefits and risks of exercise to GI health through enhanced intestinal motility and reduced systemic inflammation.
Oh, so that explains why exercise affects more than just the muscles. But would athletes immediately feel improvement by doing sit-ups, or is it something that requires processed over time?
They would definitely benefit more from doing it regularly, as the effects aren't instant but develop over time while consistently supporting the digestive system. Like all muscles in the body, it needs to be trained to build strength and without being trained excessively.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Naomi. That was very insightful. Now I understand that exercise does not only affect the muscles but also incites our body. Now, to complete our discussion, let's ask Miss Yayang, our nutritionist, how does exercise affect our digestive system?
Well, as Naomi mentioned, sit-ups support the digestive system by stimulating the muscles involved. It is important because the digestive system is responsible for absorbing all the nutrients we need from our food. It absorbs protein, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals, all of which are very important for our bodies to function. The digestive system also provides the body with broken down protein and fat, which help build the muscles. The point with sit-ups helping blood circulation is also correct. So in addition to having more blood and oxygen flowing through the body, it also helps provide the nutrients more efficiently and distributed more well throughout the body. And because of that, a good digestive system is important for everyone to have, though, especially for athletes, because they burn through energy faster.
Yeah.
This creates a bigger demand that they need to keep up with. And this is why it's important for them to have good and healthy digestive system. And with a good digestive system, athletes can recover their energy faster and they can build endurance and reduce the risk of inflammation that may come from just like intense training.
Oh, okay, I understand now. So, since it's very important for athletes to have good digestive system, do you happen to have any nutritional tips that can be combined with sit-ups so that athletes like Lexa can improve their digestive health?
Yeah, I have a few. First, I think this one is obvious, but make sure to drink enough after doing exercise, as hydration is very important for good digestive health. Second, you should not eat any big meals before or after intense exercise sessions. And especially avoid high fiber or high fat meals as they might disturb the digestive system and cause cramping. A post workout meal containing protein would also help with energy recovery afterwards, so it is important for athletes to find their own balanced diets. The final important tip is to get enough rest and sleep. Your digestive system will not be in its prime if your body is tired, and your body will slow down significantly.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Miss Yayang. Now I know a lot of things. So, after hearing all this perspective, one thing becomes clear. The road to championship takes more than just talent. It takes process and also supports from many sides. Now, if you look around us, our podcast set, this really reflects the focus and determination, which is the qualities needed for the road to championship. Now, because this set is so beautiful, Please give a round of applause to Miss Feli. Now, Feli, can you explain to us the idea and meaning behind today's podcast set?
Okay, thank you, Audrey. So the main concept behind this podcast set is the road to championship itself. Everything you see here is designed to reflect the journey of an athlete, not just the final win. The basketball in the background symbolize daily training and repetition, reflecting the continuous effort and commitment athlete invest in mastering basic skill, while trophies represent the final goal, achievement and recognition earned through persistence and sacrifice, emphasizing that success is the result of a long journey rather than instant outcome. In addition, we add training related details such as a barbell, shoe, and subtle athletic props to represent the behind the scenes process. This element reflect the unseen work athletes do every day, such as conditioning, recovery, and discipline outside the competition.
Okay, that was very thoughtful, Miss Feli. Now, I noticed that the colors here are very bright and cheerful. Is there perhaps any meaning behind the colors you chose?
Yes, definitely. We choose bright and dominant colors like purple, yellow, and other vibrant tones because they represent energy and fighting spirit. The color purple is often associated with power and ambition. In basketball match, this reflects a player's determination to dominate the game.
Okay, I love that. So the set is not only about winning, but also the process behind an athlete's journey to championship. So, how does the environment support the theme of motivation and determination?
Exactly, we want the set to feel energetic and inspiring. When athletes or viewers see elements like trophies, basketball around them, it creates a sense of purpose and motivation. It reminds us that every intense training session, every sit up, and every moment is a part of a bigger journey towards success.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Feli. That really completes the picture. All right, after listening to all this perspective, we can sum up our road to championship. Today, we learned that being an athlete is not an easy thing. You have to do a lot of exercises like sit-up, backups, running, and also skipping, which can strengthen your core and stamina. And also, you can measure all the trainings you did using math and statistics, which can turn your training results into meaningful data. Next, exercise does not only affect the muscle, it affects the entire body, especially the internal systems, while digestion plays an active role so that the athlete can recover and have more energy, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, beside from what's come from within, the environment also contributes to an athlete's journey, right? So the athletes can shape their mindset to be more productive. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, that is the end of our road to championship. I can't believe we've reached this point. And I want to say thank you so much for all you guys for tuning in and for our amazing guests for coming here. Yay, so yeah, I'm Audrey Nathaniel and this has been VISCERA Road to Championship. Stay active, stay moving, and goodbye.
Bye, champ!